It's Block Lounge Entertainment, and the time is right with T-Pre.
What's up? What's up? What's up, loungers? I hope everybody is great. I hope everybody is doing as excellent as I am doing today. I have off today and I have time today. Okay. And I really think this is a much needed conversation here in this sector. I feel like this is the reason why a lot of content creators have shied away from making content here in the sector. And sharing them, some of their real talents with this sector, just because of a lot of stuff that is happening with the narratives that are being created, who is controlling those narratives. And I wanted to talk about that stuff today in depth with you guys. I don't want anybody to feel afraid of speaking. I'm going to drop the link and everything, and I don't want anybody to feel afraid of talking, having their own thoughts, and speaking up about this, because right now we've got a problem. We've got a group of people who feel like they can control basically other content creators, okay? Because that's ultimately what's happening. And we're going to talk in depth about this. We're going to get into this, and we're going to get to some solutions on how we're going to get past this bullshit, because nobody's going to keep dealing with that. And nobody's going to keep going through that. Okay, hon. All right. And, nobody's going to keep going through that. So I really think it's important that we have this conversation and really open up this story and really, talk about this because where does the sector go from here? Do we continue to allow people to have us afraid to speak in somebody's chat room or to talk in somebody's chat room because we're afraid they're going to dox us? I mean, this is criminal. And at the end of the day, either we roll over and take it or we fight back. And I'm choosing to fight back. So we're going to talk about this in depth today. And like I said, I'm going to drop the link. If you guys want to come up and talk, you're willing to, you can welcome to do that. You can also talk in the chat. We can go ahead and do that. But I want to build today. I don't want to go back and forth and talk shit and do all that. I said what I needed to say, and I meant what the fuck I said. Now, everything else, I really feel like it's time that we come up with some solutions on what we're going to do to get past this. Is everybody going to still be afraid, to go and speak in somebody's chat or go and say something because they're afraid somebody's going to screenshot what they're saying and then send it to someone in hopes that they, we're going to get into all of that. Okay. So let me go ahead and play for you guys a quick timer. I want you guys to go ahead and get your libations. I mean, it's a little early for some liquor, but listen, this shit is heavy. So whatever you're doing, I don't know, but get yourself, some snacks and some bud or whatever you're going to do. And we're going to go ahead and chop it up and chill for a second. But I definitely wanted to get into this today. All right, guys. So I'll be back after the timer is over for my commentary. And again, feel free to please speak in the chat in regards to this matter. Who cares who screenshot it? Hold on, guys. Let me see. I'm not sure what happened with that timer. Let me go ahead and play the right timer for you guys. One moment, guys. Okay, I didn't realize y'all couldn't hear anything. My bad. I was playing the timer thinking that it was playing music. Let me just play this other timer, guys, and then we'll just get into the show. And then, like, I'll just do that. I like that timer, but I'll play this one. So hold on, guys. Give us a few moments. I'm going to play a members only timer. That way it could be quick. All right, guys. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me, so that I know you can hear me before I get started. I did put the link in the chat if there is anybody who wants to come up and talk or have anything that they'd like to add to the conversation. I'm certainly here for it as well. Okay. But definitely wanted to talk about what's been going on. Okay, good. I'm glad you can hear. I definitely want to talk about this phenomenon that's been happening in the sector lately, with this chat police stuff and how people are taking screenshots of various people and what they're saying. And they're either sharing it with their ops or sharing it with people that they know they don't like, um, and getting stuff started, basically. Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all how, like I said, I think I may have told y'all already how the beef with me and Mines got started, but I'm gonna go ahead and release the name. Okay. So Binary sent a email to Breaking the Culture and let her know that me and Mines was talking shit about Breaking the Culture and about me. Okay. And in him doing that, he created this whole firestorm of this whole situation. All right. And like I said, that's why I said it's oftentimes men who create beefs amongst the women. Okay. And then they hide their hands and act like they didn't have anything to do with any of it. Okay. I'm not throwing Breaking the Culture under the bus because it wasn't her fault. She was letting me know what was going on, and I found out what happened. And then me and her went toe to toe together to talk to say something to me and Mines. This has now stumbled and tumbled into all of this fuck shit, right? And so you wonder where all of this has kind of started and why all of this is happening, right? Because, and I'm going to go back to the beginning of when I came into the sector. When I came into this sector, I came in through Lennon Honor. I found out through his channel about most of these content creators here in the sector. One content creator that I was aware of was Max V. And that's because Max V does court commentary. He does that kind of stuff. So I was aware of his channel only because of that. Okay. I didn't know anything about him knowing anything about the Umar sector. I didn't find out about any of that. Hey, Germ on the board and Diggable Logic. I appreciate y'all being in the building. I didn't find out about any of that until like I was deep into like the Lennon honors of the people. Okay, basically. So in watching Lennon's channel, I got to know and got to learn of AAS, Rev G, and you know many other people who have been in those chats. Okay, everybody kind of knows who's who, but those are the two main players that I'm going to talk about today. Okay, I'm not going to even talk much about Mia Mines because she's really a small player in this. Okay, it's AAS and Rev G. So shout out to Humble King because he's been really going in on that situation. And he actually enlightened me to a lot of things that I wasn't aware of, okay, when it comes to Rev G, for instance, all right? And I'll get into that in just a second. But basically, what I'm trying to paint a picture of is how I have first gotten to know those two treacherous people. What I got to know at first was some funny, laughable, everything's a joke kind of people. Okay. And then as I started to spread out in the sector, I started to watch people like Dee and Paige, like what's their names? Let's Get Into It with E and J. And I actually still watch them. They're really funny, actually. So I still watch them. I watch them from the clouds often because I just don't engage sometimes. But a lot of times I watch them because they're funny. But these are some of the channels I used to watch, and I would send them super chats and everything because I enjoyed their content. And I remember the day when Monty Woodgrain had went live and he said something about Lennon Honor, right? And I agreed with him in his chat. Okay, we're talking about the chat police. Okay, I agreed with him in his chat on a lot of things he was saying. I did. In me doing that, that literally changed the dynamic of how these particular content creators that I mentioned treated me in their chat room. And I'm not going to lie, like, I'm not going to pretend with them that that didn't happen, because that did happen. I remember being in Dee and Paige's chat and sending a super chat, and they completely ignored that super chat. And then I sent another one, and they ignored that. But they would highlight all of my chats every time. Same way they used to do with Big Man. Y'all remember Big Man in the chat, the guy that was talking about, y'all remember him. Anyway, they would highlight all of his chats, and they always highlighted mine. Okay. But this particular day, they didn't. And they went live the same day Monty did. So I did the same thing with Let's Get Into It with E and J. And the same thing happened with them. But that didn't happen. That doesn't happen now. Like, if I go over there now and I come out the clouds and stuff and speak, they speak to me. They don't have no beef with me or nothing. I remember them even going live and talking about, they are not people that are to be controlled. And I knew exactly who they were talking about when they said that. The other people probably knew too. But either way, I'm going off a little bit off of what I'm trying to say. But the point is, I remember being over there with them and getting snubbed at the same time. Okay. And that was because of, like, you said after she sent the email about me being seen with propane, I got the same. Yeah. And so the same, so that happened a lot. And I didn't even know about the email chain until much later, right? I just knew that I didn't understand why, because to me it was just YouTube. It was just, just content. I was just watching people's content. I didn't realize that there really was this, invisible side taking going on here in these YouTube streets. And that if you're in somebody's chat room, you have you run the risk, quote unquote, of somebody screenshotting your chats and using that against you in these YouTube streets, right? So, I mean, because that just didn't occur to me. I didn't realize that people's, lives are that enthralled in the internet, because mine isn't, and it never has been. I didn't even start really watching YouTube until 2020. So it didn't make sense to me. And that didn't occur to me that anybody is even doing that, right? Or that kind of shit mattered. And it still bothers me and still rattles me for particular reasons, okay? And I'm going to get into the reasons why I really feel like that's the issue. Now, Dee and Paige, Dee happens to be a very good content creator. She has a very successful and popular channel. Okay, y'all can go over there if y'all want. I check her out every so often. But she does have a very good channel. But she had to get away from anti-Afro in order to do it. She had to get away, like, in order to really soar by herself, she had to get away from this content. She had to get away from this sector to do that. Okay. Otherwise, she would have got sucked into this shit just like every other content creator has in this sector, including myself, right? Which is why myself and D. Darrell, people like us, have said, no, we're just creating another channel and not even fucking with this shit. Like, I'll come over here and come chill and hang out and stuff. But as long as the sector themselves are allowing this type of control over the sector, there is no point in any content creator with any real substance really hanging on to this sector. And that's unfortunate. And that's what I meant when I was talking about the sector's dead. It's not that the sector and the content creators are dead. But when is the chat and the content creators going to change the dynamic of the sector? Like, nobody's saying you can't have roasting and you can't talk shit about each other. Nobody's saying that. But where do you draw the line? Like, where? Where do you say, okay, I'm going to go and roast and chill and hang out in anybody's chat I feel like it. I don't have to, protect anybody's feelings out here in these YouTube streets. But at the same time, I'm not about to sit here and, just accept some fuck shit. You understand what I'm saying? Because fuck shit is fuck shit. Now, there's some shit, like I said, you can roast each other. We can talk shit about each other. I think all of us have taken part in that. But, like, I'm going to give y'all an example. I can't stand Carrie Ann. I can't stand her. Y'all know that. I don't like the bitch. She don't fucking like me either, clearly. But Carrie Ann has never fucking doxed me. Carrie Ann has never tried to put information out about my family. You understand what I'm saying? And I would never do no shit like that to her either. I don't give a fuck what the fuck is going on. I would never do no shit like that to her. Because that shit ain't cool. I have never doxed any fucking body. And you know what? I've actually stayed at a person's house in this sector. I know exactly where they live. And I would never, ever dox her. And she knows that. There's some shit you don't do. It don't matter what and how far it goes or how much shit you talk. If you that motherfucking weak where you can't come back with another roast on somebody, where all you can do is pull up information about their children or pull up information about their family, you are fucking weak, sir or ma'am. Like, that's all I can really say about you. That's anybody doing that shit. I don't care who it was that took part in that. But we all know, right? We all know where this all kind of starts. And I'm going to break down how I know. I'm going to break down how I know where this all started and how this all starts. Because there only seems to be one side of this, since we have sides, and I think clearly there's some sides, right? We're not going to pretend that there isn't sides here. So we've got one side of folks who are hanging out with each other. They go in each other's chats, clearly. And they kind of stay on that side. They might even come over on the other side and watch, but they're not speaking. They're not saying anything, right? Hey, Karma52 and Mama the Castle. I appreciate y'all being in the building. Shout out to y'all. And Knowledge TV, shout out to you as well. You said, oh, they play dirty CPS calling dirty, but they learn from the best. We about to get into that now. So here's the thing, okay? This whole thing started from the beginning when the AFWs were running hard and heavy in these YouTube streets without any pushback from anybody. A lot of narratives began to be created around the time when Ghost and, well, I'll say when Flacco started pushing back at the AFWs. And then Ghost kind of got involved. They joined teams with D. Durrell, and they called themselves the good guys, right? It became this household name in the sector where everybody just, kind of fell for either on that side with the good guys or they were with the AFWs. A lot of people that were still rocking heavy with Lynn Honor at the time were still rocking heavy with Anti-Afro as well. And we're also rocking heavy because of her with Rev G, right? Those people continued to hate or dislike anybody who was even closely, remotely affiliated with any of those men. Okay? I'm talking about hate down to a core. Couldn't even understand why they hated each other. I have people that come and hang out with me to this day in my chats that at that time, they couldn't stand me. And it wasn't because I really did something to them. It was because I hung out with D. Durrell or Ghost or somebody, or Flacco or somebody. I was in their chat room, or I was on their panel. Not that I agreed with everything they said, but I was in their chat. Let's listen to the key words here, okay? I was in their chat room, or I was on their panel. And that always seems to be the narrative with that one woman that I got on that thumbnail. The narrative is always whose demon panels did they participate in, right? Whose demon chat rooms are they in? It's always about who's in that chat room and who's on that panel. This is the narrative and the rhetoric that AAS speaks of, okay? It's the narrative, it's the rhetoric that she speaks of for the sector, okay? So here's the next question for me. Because everybody who I have heard complain about who's in whose chat room, I'm talking about privately and publicly. Anybody who I have heard complain about who's hanging out in whose chat room have screenshots of what people they don't like say and are going back and forth with people over these chats happen to be people who are in that woman's camp. It's only them. There is not a single person who is a free thinker who doesn't just, and I'm not saying that people who talk to her and hang out with her are not free thinkers. Let me take that back. There are people, though, and only the people who hold her to a high regard feel as though people should not frequent other people's chat rooms, or if they're in a chat room and that person is putting a laughing emoji, or they're laughing at the time, or they're sending a super chat or anything. And if I'm ruffling feathers, I'm not trying to. If it hurts, it just fucking hurts. Because at the end of the day, this is what it is. This is control. And there's a reason why this woman wants to control the narrative. And she uses this Svengali type shit of sending screenshots all over the place. We know she has secret YouTube channels that she sends people to show them information, to get people riled up and get people angry and get people mad and get people fighting in a Black space as a non-Black woman. And most of the people in this sector, right? Most of the women in this sector, because it's funny, because we were all on a panel not too long ago. And it was somebody in the chat that spoke on it and said, look at this on the panel. We were on Tiff P's panel. And it was a banker, a lawyer, a professor, I believe, and a tech, a scientist, science tech, on the panel at one time. Black women, Black excellence in this space. And this one non-Black woman wants to come against every Black hue color, every Black issue and recreate and create issues over and over again. And it makes you wonder, what is really this woman's agenda? Like, what do we really have on our hands here? Is this really about, somebody talking trash about her on a panel 3 or 4 years ago? Or is there a bigger agenda on this woman's hands? What is really her intentions? To have Black women going back and forth with each other, right? To have Black men going back and forth with each other. To have Black men jumping in fights between Black women, being messy as fuck. Paying these people with her reverse mortgage money. Shout out to Eyes Antonia. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Eyes Nation TV. She dropping knowledge over there. I need y'all to start thinking about some things, because as Humble King said this morning, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for fucking anything. This shit that we are witnessing and watching and seeing is not cool. Because we've got real good people here in this sector, right? That are like Humble King said, yes, massa, I won't go over there, massa. I promise, massa, I won't be in they chat, massa. Yes, sir, yes, sir. No, sir, I won't be over there, sir. No, sir, no, sir, I won't go in the chat, sir. Because I don't want you to take a picture of me, sir, and dox me, sir. No, sir, I won't be over there. I'll come over here, whatever you want me to do, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Like a fucking slave. Thank you, Humble King, because you put that so eloquently. Because it's fact. We got 40 and 50 plus year old people afraid of these people. You're afraid to go around and go in and chat and laugh and joke and roast with folks and have fun. Because again, AAS has began again to control the sector. See, as long as she's got her friends afraid and have them thinking of everything that everybody that they think is their ops, which really are just her ops in her mind, but she will somehow, some way, Svengali her way into your mind for you to think that they're your ops too. And the whole time, the beef is one-sided. But what are we going to do as a sector? I remember when I said that the sector was dead, it set off a firestorm in the sector of people creating good content. And people in the chats supporting each other, going off one another back and forth, laugh, joking, the roastings, everything, right? And everybody was like, the sector ain't dead, the sector ain't dead. And that's right. The sector's not dead. But the fuck shit is dead. The doxing is gone. Put that shit to rest. You control the sector. We have a great number of people, from the content creators down to the people in the chats, right? At least the ones who aren't trying to spin the narratives on people and create new narratives and go and create these secret, YouTube channels and and spread fake and false information. And then you've got other, then you've got these sides and these divisions. And people don't know what to believe. That's understandable. Because this woman really has been a Svengali. She really has been like completely deceptive with the entire sector. And she's been doing that for a long time. But when are we going to stand up to this bullshit? Nobody's saying don't go and watch, because people are curious. People are going to watch. But when do we no longer accept that as okay? You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, roasting is one thing. Doxing is another thing. That's not okay. It's not okay. Because like I said, it's not cool for me to have her photo on my thumbnail, right? But that's her. That's her. I know for a fact that's her. I don't care what she says. But there is evidence of that being her. We just waiting on it to be pulled up. But there's evidence of that being her. That is AAS. Hello. Like I said, a non-Black woman in a Black space creating issues with Black people. Yes, she's lying about being exposed. That's her. See, there's other pictures floating out here too of her where they were saying that this was her and this is her. She has not said anything about those photos. But this photo right here is what ruffled them feathers. I'm going to go through these chats so I can hear what you guys are saying. You guys are sounding off in the chat. Shout out to y'all. You said, I didn't have any hard evidence, but she's a fool if she thinks it was slick. Mm-hmm. You said she's a total dumb. You said, good morning, T. Pre and Chatters. Grand Rising, Karma 52. You said, good morning to Glorion and Diggable Logic. You said, Umar got the last laugh for real. Yep. Umar had this picture out a long time ago. He put this one out. There's another picture of a white lady. That's who you're talking about, Humble King. There's a white lady as well, right? Her name is Andrea Stewart as well. And her name isn't really Andrea Stewart. It's Andrea Stewart, but there's another name to it. It's a Spanish name. And also there was a Black picture, a picture of a Black woman. Okay. So there was 3 photos. This one matches up with videos that Anti-Afro Svengali used to do back in the day before she started making videos on YouTube about Umar. She was making videos about Umar at one time. I mean, before Umar at one time. And she was camming up on those videos, except for she had like this, her face was like blurred out with like this blue circle or whatever. Okay. But the neck, the skin color, the hair, the ears, the face, like the jawline, all that shit matches because that was all on video. Okay. So yeah, we're waiting for that video to come back out. Because that video is an archive and there is somebody here in the sector that has it and they are going to release it. But yes, that is definitely her photo. That is AAS. So hello, Grand Rising AAS. Why do you want to be in these Black spaces trying to destroy professional Black people? What is your problem? And your name is Anti-Afro Svengali. Listen, bitch. Let me get in these comments. First off, I'm gonna go ahead and post that photo real quick before I go any further. Let me grab that one. I did have this one up, but I'm going to go ahead and I did have this one up, but I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that one. And we're going to go ahead and add this one up real quick of AAS, AA Mess. Shout out to the sector because listen, I'm sick of this bitch. I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of her. Okay? Like, she has really been doing the most in this sector. And there has been so many crazy situations that have taken place, so many people that have been doxxed, so many people whose jobs have been called, all kinds of stuff, just simply because this hating ass, weird ass Hispanic woman who has no melanin at all, this demonic, look at her eyes. Look at the demon. That's why she claims everybody's a demon, because she's an actual demon, you know? This woman is in this space coming for Black women, professional Black women, professional Black men on a daily basis. Let's look at her channel. Let me go ahead and go and look at her channel real quick because I want to see when's the last time she posted a video, right? Go ahead and look and see. When's the last time Anti-Afro posted? Because she's in California, right? And so right now it's 10:12 a.m. Pacific, Eastern Standard Time. So it would be like 7 a.m. her time, okay? So let's see when's the last time AAS posted something. Okay, that was 3 days ago. 11 hours ago. So she was up in the middle of the night posting about Dr. Nikki Proctor Walden and then buying likes for the video and buying likes. Nobody knows who she be talking about. So we all know she's purchasing these likes and she's purchasing these OKs. She's been talking about eyes, like she just going in. She just can't get enough. She just needs to keep going because she's freaking crazy. And I'm not anybody's therapist to speak on any of it. All I can say is if she's a therapist, I really can't understand, how she's offering family and relationship counseling and all this stuff. And this is the kind of stuff she does. She goes out here, does what she can to dox people. She only befriends people just so she can use them. And she uses them long enough to get what she wants out of them. And, will continue to use them to fit her, to get her agenda across. I don't know what it's going to take for the sector, right? For anyone in the sector to finally, anybody who supports her or supports anybody that is bidding for her, right? I don't know what it's going to take for any of these people to finally get the point that this woman from the beginning has been a problem in this sector. And if you haven't been here long enough to know that, hey, you got to give somebody that. But allow the sector to deal with the sector the way that the sector needs to deal with it if you haven't been around. You know what I mean? Because it's almost as if sometimes I hear folks say, and this is just as on panels and stuff, I've heard folks say stuff like, almost like giving them a pass, like, well, they're crazy, so, just don't engage with them. But no, this is going deeper than just not engaging with them, because the less you engage with them, the harder they go, as you can see. I haven't engaged with AAS. So AAS did what she had to do to get somebody to to get into my Facebook page so that she can get information and give it to me and mine. Nobody's slow. We're not stupid. We know that's what they're doing. Okay? And she's been doing that. AAS has been behind all of this doxing, everybody's information that she's putting out. Keeping It Plain, Corey, everybody. Mama the Castle, everybody. All the information, AAS is behind putting up money to make sure that people are getting doxxed. She has a lawsuit because now my name is out there. Y'all know my name. So now I don't have no problem putting a fucking lawsuit on this bitch. And I think everybody should be doing it at this point. Anybody else who wants to be added to that can be added. I don't have a problem. But you ain't got that kind of money, me and mine. I do, but you don't. You ain't got that kind of money. So going after her with a lawsuit would be irrelevant for me. But AAS, that's a different story, boo. See, you have insurance companies. You have all kinds of people that you work with, okay? You got all kinds of stuff going on over there. You got the government, because you work for the government, going on over there. You understand? So you can be sued for real. And everybody can walk away with a nice piece of change out here, fucking with you. And we have so much compiled evidence of your fuck shit. Everything. And we can prove it. We can easily prove it from your own words. See, don't start scrubbing shit, taking shit down, and acting like you ain't say shit now. Because the same way you motherfuckers be in the chat police and screenshotting shit and sending shit here and sending shit there, motherfuckers is downloading your shit too. And everything you say and everything you do, and keeping full documentation of how many people's jobs you've contacted, how many people's family members you've contacted, Facebook pages you've been upon, family members' Facebook pages you've been on. All kinds of fuck shit. From this white face in a black space. All while acting like she's doing this to fight for black people. But the whole time, this whole time, she has been out here trying to destroy black people. And the more professional you are, the more she comes for you. I want you to just pay attention to the diaspora around her, right? To the people around her. The people that she holds to such a high regard. The people that she supports, quote unquote. The people that she likes right now in her circle, right? And then I want you to look at the people that she hates and the people that she has had, these folks that are around her, she's pitted them to hate in various ways. Shout out to Alan Logic for being able to post the actual text messages of the things that she says about the people that are around her. The me and mines and the Breaking the Cultures and everybody else that she hangs around. And she holds in high regard here in the YouTube streets, but behind the scenes, she calls you people like Phonyton and other things. What she really thinks about Pillsbury and other people. Shout out to them. I ain't got no beef with none of y'all. But this is what this woman that y'all hold in such high regard is saying about y'all. And she's mad that the sector can see it. Because, see, a lie can't live forever. You understand what I'm saying? The truth always comes out about a person. You can't create all of this evil energy and think that it will not return to you in the universe. Quickly return. He said, that's why I rock with E&J, because they don't involve themselves in other BS. Exactly. They really don't. I remember, though, when that first happened, I was snubbed by them. But then they stopped doing that. They didn't continue that. And I remember them saying something live about, they didn't say anybody's name or anything. But I remember them saying something live about they are not controlled. They cannot be controlled, period. But there was a time when there were content creators out here who were literally being controlled by this white Hispanic woman over what they speak on and what they don't. And the narrative had to be a specific way. So yeah, that definitely happened. And now she had to come in with a new playbook because all those people don't fuck with her no more. She had to come up with a new playbook. So everybody that she couldn't stand at one time, right? All of a sudden, she started recruiting them. Couldn't stand these people. And it's clear in her text messages, right? It's clear in her emails from Smoke. Shout out to the Smoke God. Shout out to Officer Pillsbury. Shout out to others who were able to show us what this bitch was talking about. It was multiple times where she was doing her damnedest to pit people against other people. She has been doing this for so long, it's become normal to her. Now she's up 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning making weird pictures of people and posting weird rogue messages about people, all while these people are peacefully sleeping in their beds with their man or their woman. She up in the middle of the night posting and posting and posting weird rogue pictures of folks. This white Hispanic woman doing that in black spaces, doing that. All because you just don't agree with her, or you just choose not to run with her narrative. She has been out trying to destroy Umar Johnson since she learned about this black man. Did she learn that this black man was trying to do something positive in a black neighborhood? She said, the hell with that. And she literally went on a campaign against him as if he was really doing something wrong. To this day, he has not been arrested. Nothing has happened. But it was one thing that I did uncover. I'm going to see if I can find it right now, and I'm going to share my screen. It's one thing I did uncover about Rev G, right? Shout out to Humble King again, because I had looked at, I did Google him yesterday. I Googled Rev G's information. Well, I didn't Google his information. I just Googled his name, right? And when I did that, there was a couple of things that showed up at the top of the screen. If you type in Rev Gerald Palmer, the first thing that pops up is called Pastor's Book Advocates for LGBTQ Christians Religion. And that's in phillytrib.com, right? The next one is his Facebook page. And then the next one is a twitter.com from Dr. Umar Johnson, right? So I clicked on the Twitter one. Clicked on that. I'll show you guys what came up for me, all right? And you let me know what y'all think. Hold on one second. I'm going to share this screen. Because I found it interesting that I never heard this side of this narrative. all I've ever heard was all I've ever heard was hold on guys, I'm trying to add this to the screen. So let me take this banner off real quick. All right, so all I've ever heard about was how anti-Afro was against Umar, and how she's always been trying to kind of fighting with him and just going back and forth with them and so forth, right? I never really heard him. I never really knew about the approach of they're going against him because of their LGBT activists. Okay. So Umar says, and this was a tweet that came out from Umar, and he says, LGBT activist Reverend Gerald Palmer has been collaborating with fellow LGBT activist YouTuber Afro Svengalis, harassing every institution, school, and university that invites the Prince of Pan-Africanism to town in order to speak with their students or parents. Unapologetically African. And then it says, this is a message that came from Gerald Palmer. And it says, from Reverend Gerald Palmer to Dr. Umar Johnson, challenging you on your facts, homosexuality, and the Black community. January 24th, 2018 at 12:18 p.m. Dear Umar Johnson, I would like to formally introduce myself to you, though this is not my first time contacting you. My name is Gerald Palmer, and I am currently a social worker of 16 years, of a licensed ordained minister of 14 years. You were brought to my attention via a video recorded of you in Kansas City, Kansas. The video, as it and others before it, you use your I don't know what that says, as a child clinical psychologist to state that homosexuality is a result of trauma when done to Black people. And then he said, this statement along with yours is dangerous. Okay. He said, this statement along with yours, that homosexuality is a disease of the Black community, are not only inaccurate, they are dangerous and truly not supported by the psychology of any other field on the social spectrum. On social media and in videos, you proclaim other scholars and professionals will personally challenge you because you will eat them in a debate. Sir, this is my request for you for a public apology from you on this issue and any other issue that you would like to debate regarding our people, that many of your teachings are dangerous to the Black community because they are loaded with misinformation, conspiracy theories, and some, I don't know what that says, relating to such issues as women's rights, abuse, sexual orientation, and sexuality. So again, I respectfully request a debate with you on these issues. We can agree to the location and so forth. And then respectfully, Gerald Palmer. So then Umar posts on here, homosexual pastor, and this is alleged from me, Gerald Palmer, and lesbian alleged YouTuber anti-Afro Svengalis harass all schools and colleges that invite Dr. Umar to speak to force cancellations because he doesn't support their lifestyle. And I never knew ever that was even a thing. I never knew that. I knew that they were like LGBT activists. You understand what I'm saying? But I never knew that this is why they have been fighting with them so much. Okay? And this is the real reason behind the fight. Has nothing to do with him opening up a school, has nothing to do with any of that. It is their fight against him over the LGBT community, which again, I have no issues with the LGBT community. But I know the LGBT community is not behind this harassment, this stalking, this doxing that they're doing with professional Black people who choose not to agree with their narrative of Umar Johnson, who choose not to do their dirty work against Umar Johnson for them, who choose not to be involved in their fuck shit. See, I just wanted to show you guys why this woman is really here, why she's really fighting, and what she has allowed this to be entangled into because of her weirdness, because of her mindset, because of who she is. She can't even help herself. But anyway, let me get back into these comments. But I just wanted to show you guys yeah, this is the real reason why this white woman and Gerald Palmer being under her Svengali control and under her Svengali spell. This is the real reason why this woman is in this space. So let's go ahead and get into these comments real quick. Hold on, guys, real quick. All right, my bad, guys. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get into the comments now. Let's see. I think I got into all of those. Yeah, you said, oh, they play dirty, CPS calling dirty, but they learn from the best. Absolutely. That's who they learn from, is this one, because this is the woman that has been perpetuating this from the beginning. Everybody knows it. I mean, the people that have been around here for the longest time that were on that email chain, they all know what they experienced with her. They know exactly what she was emailing and asking people to do, and having these secret YouTube channels, and having, talking about, different things, having these Facebook group chats, these Discords. There's been all kinds of ways of getting propaganda out to people about other people. And this propaganda has created a lot of hatred in the sector amongst various people. And they don't even realize why they're hating each other. They just hate each other. And then when you really pin them down to an answer, they can't really give you a solid answer. They just give you a bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? They can't really give you an answer of why they don't like this person. They just give you a whole bunch of shit that when they really, pull all the weeds out, it all turns back to AAS. It never is really a problem with you and that person. It's AAS has a problem with that person. And so AAS will start screenshotting stuff and start sending screenshots to you, and have other people sending screenshots to you too, just to have you thinking it's not coming from her. She does conniving Svengali shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, she'll have you doing that kind of stuff, and have you thinking that this person's talking about you, and have you thinking that this person's doing that, and then they got the other person doing the same thing, and you got the same people screenshotting shit and sending this to this person and sending this to that person. Like, this shit happens all the time in this sector, and it's always people in her camp, period. And like D. Durrell said, why are y'all so enthralled with this? Is it because there's a hatred in yourself for Black people too? You know what I mean? Because that's the only kind of people that bid for non-Blacks, who are always coming for Blacks, is Blacks who hate themselves. Y'all remember the yes massas, the yes ma'ams, those guys, those people, the slave catchers, the ones who hate us and are us. Those are the only ones who could support some shit like this. You ain't got to like what I'm saying. But listen, when you pull all the smoke screens down, and when you stop with the fuck shit, and you stop trying to, go with the narratives and keep your head in the sand, and stop acting like you don't see this fuck shit, that's what it boils down to. You look like a massa, a yes massa, a yes man. That's what you're looking like out here. And that's facts. Now, I'm not going to say that there isn't some real mental illness out here. I do think that there is. But I think that this Svengali therapist, which, by the way, that is a crime for a therapist to have that type of control over folks. That is a real thing in that field. That is a real problem in that field. And she could definitely have her licenses and everything in question over having that type of mentality, and still you're a therapist. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's just certain, it's like a breach of trust. It's just, or a conflict of interest to be such a person and to be a therapist, because you can really be creating real monsters. You could be really creating real problems. Yeah, this is her profession, she says, right? So yeah, that's a real issue as a therapist to be a Svengali. I'll look into it. Everybody's saying hey to Stephanie. You said good morning. Hey, Mom in the Castle. I appreciate you being in the building. How are you? I'm great. Good to see you in here. Glorian says hey to you. You said, oh, I'm ready to compare notes. I've got theories. Okay, well, hit the link if you want to, because I got like another hour, and then I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You're welcome to hit the link. I don't know if it's still in there. I'll go ahead and put it down, because I'd like to hear your theories. Okay, so I posted the link in the chat if you'd like to come up. You said, Grand Rising Karma 52. You said, I remember that. He said she feels bad about her own family and she thinks everyone's family is messed up like hers. Child, girl, listen, let me tell you something, Stephan. My family is not perfect. You understand what I'm saying? I raised my kids without my husband because he passed away when they were younger. Okay. And I did have to struggle and go through some things. I'm not saying that shit that she's showing is my information, because it's not. But I did struggle and go through things. Everything wasn't perfect in life. But I did my best. I did my damnedest. And I did a damn good fucking job. And my kids tell me that. So, yeah, everybody's not running around here and got baby daddies having babies on them. Okay? Like, everybody's not running around here upset and popping pills and drinking to their death because they can't accept and deal with the fuck shit that goes on in their head. Like, that's her. That's not me. Okay. She's got to do something about that. She's got to go and get the help that she needs. But what she's not going to do is be doxing my family. Like, that's what she's not going to do. I'm just going to go ahead and put a privacy complaint against her, as I have. And I will continue to do so if she continues to do so. And that's just it, until YouTube finally removes her channel. You only get 3 strikes, and I've already put 3 on you this morning. Okay, so let's see what happens now. Well, I put 2 on you this morning. So, and then I also put up a harassment strike against you. So I put up a harassment report against you as well. So we'll see what happens. It's all good. But yeah, ain't nobody going through what she going through and dealing with what she dealing with. That's just unfortunate for her. And nobody's dealing with what AAS is dealing with. AAS is a lonely bitch. She is living in a veteran's apartment. And she really literally has nothing else to do with her life. I don't think she does the therapy like that. She works for the government. She has like a government job. And she does do therapy, but she's not really seeing patients like you would think. She ain't like D. Durrell, basically. And that's why she's so mad at D. Durrell, because he does therapy and he's professional and he's successful. He has his own offices, his own practices, and employees and so forth. And that's why she comes for these black men. She comes for these black women, because when these people are professional. It's a shame. You said long live the good guys. Yep, I remember them days. I'm telling you, like when they came on the scene, That's when she started getting that pushback. She didn't have that pushback at first. There was nobody giving pushback to them. Everybody was just kind of free run. And then when they came on the scene, I mean, she went on campaigns to try to get them really shut down and get them hated. And, and that's how she connects with CB, because CB was on their side at one time. CB was over there. And then, CB was telling me about this lawsuit and stuff. And then here we started with that. And AAS was the only one narrating that lawsuit. And AAS is the only one that cares about this lawsuit being dropped. Her and Rev G are the only ones in the sector highlighting the CB case being dropped. None of us care except her, because guess why? She was involved. Like I said. Like I said, I don't care what she says. Like, it don't matter how much you yell and scream and make ugly pictures of me and all this other shit. That's not changing the fact, ma'am, that you and your demonic louse ways were involved in this fuck shit. And you've been involved from the beginning, from the rip. He said, or if you're in a chat with someone, another chatter, you're supposed to go. Yeah, like I'm supposed to, like if somebody is speaking of you, say like Stephanie Collins, we cool, and somebody starts talking about you in a chat room, I'm supposed to exit that chat room because they're talking about you? What type of, that's some real insecure, weird ass shit. Like real shit. For real. It really doesn't matter what, like what people are saying about me. Like I said, if you're doxing my family, that's something different. Okay. I don't give a fuck who was in that chat. I don't care. I didn't even see the chat. All I cared about what was on that video. I don't give a fuck who was in the chat, who was laughing. I can care less. All I know is I'm waiting for YouTube to take that video down. That's all I know. Okay. So that's all I know. So, all this stuff about who's in the chat room, who cares? Especially if it's somebody like you don't even like the content creator. Fuck, you don't like who's in the chat. You don't even like the content creator. So why are you even in that space to begin with in order to, you understand what I'm saying? Like, why are you in that space to begin with in order to know who's in that chat room? Like, that means you have to be literally combing through somebody's chat. It takes hours to do that. Hours to do that. Hours that you could be making fucking money. Hours that you could be like, creating some, growing a garden. You understand what I'm saying? And creating some healthy plants and healthy foods for your family. Hours and hours of negativity. And you're not hurting anybody but yourself. Because guess what? I want y'all to see all the wonderful chatters in my room today. I want y'all to see all the good people that have come out, that have come to support the show, that really don't give a fuck about your feelings, that really don't give a fuck if you screenshot what they've said, really don't give a fuck if you screenshot how they feel, because what the fuck are you going to do about it? Like, okay, you dox me. Okay, and so what? And you're not coming to see me. Like, you're not going to do anything. I've already offered you to come outside. You understand what I'm saying? You don't want to come outside. So, I mean, what else do you have? What YouTube jail do you have to put any of these good people in for coming here and supporting my show? You don't have shit. So you did that all to do what? A bitch is still going to go live. I'm still going to be out here on these YouTube streets. And I might talk shit about you. I just might roast you. You don't scare me, April. And Grown Snitch doesn't scare me either. I keep telling y'all that. I don't understand what part of that y'all don't get. Rev G, I'm not scared of you. AAS, I'm not scared of you. Y'all don't scare me. Okay? Like, you really don't. At the end of the day, ain't none of y'all going to stop anybody in these YouTube streets from going around to anybody's chat room and speaking and interacting with those content creators. And guess what else? Those people, the chat, they have the right to agree or disagree with that content creator if they choose. And there ain't a motherfucking thing you or anybody else can do about it, including this white woman that y'all keep trying to recruit. Including this white woman, AAS, that y'all keep trying to recruit, including this Hispanic white woman. Y'all are not getting anything accomplished. Everybody's still out here. Everybody's still fucking around with the chat. Everybody's still hanging out. I got 50 people in the clouds. They still here. They're still watching. Hey, AAS, what's up, y'all? I know it's you out there. I know Rev G out there. I know Me and Mine's out there. I know Grown Snitch out there. What's up, y'all? Appreciate y'all giving me the views. At the end of the day, none of y'all are stopping anybody from going to anybody's chat. Nobody would do that. So some of these beefs that y'all be having and this anger that y'all got towards people, like I said, it's one-sided. Because we don't care. Like, we don't care. But you're beefing with people over what this white woman is creating in Black spaces. Let me go ahead and finish reading out some of these chats here. All right. You said, okay. Hey, Tristan Townsend, I appreciate you being in the building. You said, Speakeasy, most of y'all still here. They all here. You said 12 years later, I still don't understand. I stopped listening to them years ago. Exactly. Still going at it. Oh, yeah, Muslim, you did say that. You said a civil lawyer, a banker, a massage therapist, and a therapist. Exactly. That's who was on the panel. You said, I don't have a dislike. I don't have to dislike someone because you don't. You do. Don't get that mentality. Exactly. And you like out here screenshotting everything somebody says, and like you can't stand this person so much that you follow them, like you have to stalk them. It's not like you're getting this from their own video. You have to stalk them in somebody else's chat room, take a picture of that, and then make like thumbnails and shit off of what they're saying in somebody else's chat room. Like, you ain't got no life, do you? Y'all don't have no fucking life whatsoever, girl. You said, me either, Karma 52. You said, but if you're able to screenshot, aren't you watching? Exactly. Like if you out here screenshotting, you watching. So hey, bitches. What's up, bitches? What's up? You said the sector ain't dead. Exactly. The sector ain't the fuck dead. But that bullshit that them motherfuckers was doing, that shit's fucking dead. And she's trying to keep it from being dead. So she's got people that she fucks with thinking that somehow, some way, they have to tell people that, you're not allowed to speak about me in a chat room. You're not allowed to talk about me. You're not even allowed to be present in a chat room if somebody's talking about me. And this is this phenomenon that she has created. And like I said, it's only coming from one side. It's only coming from people who fuck with people who fuck with her. Period. Say I'm fucking lying. Period. Point blank. Everybody who has said that is from that fucking camp. Or they fuck with somebody in that camp. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. You said, listen, I'm going to enjoy my life in that order, period. Exactly. Like, I'm going to go and laugh and joke and go and laugh and play and kiki and haha. And I might be, like I said, a lot of times, like, people have conversations in the chat and they're chatting with each other in the chat, laughing and joking about something else. Or some people might be arguing in the chat and different shit like that. So there'll be a whole nother show going on in the chat sometimes. If you screaming and combing through the chats and you just looking for somebody's negativity, you're looking for something to be negative, anything that person say is going to come off as, oh, they talking about me. They must be talking about me. Everything is not about you all the time. You know what I'm saying? And please don't take that personal. That is literally anybody in this sector. Everything is not about you, period. So stop running around here torturing yourself on what motherfuckers are saying in the fucking chat. I might fucking be talking about you in the chat. So what? Talk about me. Go ahead. It don't matter. But don't dox me. The fuck is wrong with you? Like, I'm not going to dox you. Well, I might talk about you. I might roast you. You said the streets is hot out here. You know it. You said, hey, Miss LB, I appreciate you. You said, hello, chat. Hey, Marie and Miss T. Pre. Brixton, what's happening with you? I appreciate you being in the building. You said, what's up, Miss T. Pre? Stephanie, you said, I don't believe she has as much power as she did in 2020. She doesn't. She don't have as much. But she keeps trying to win some of these folks with cash, with money. And nobody's slow. She keeps trying to win some of these folks with money. I'm not saying all, because I can't say everybody, because I'm not in their pockets. But I know motherfucking well, she is definitely winning some of these folks with cash. For sure. You said, hey, Miss LB. Number 4, they had a common ground with the AFW. When the AFW movement was so big, they all had this common ground. Everybody just disliked Umar Johnson. So she didn't have to pay people to bid on that bullshit. It was all just kind of like a camaraderie. But after, all her emails started getting leaked and she was doing all that fuck shit and she was doing other behind the scenes shit that other AFW affiliates were not aware of. You know what I'm saying? They stopped fucking with her. And so she had to come up with a new plan. So she says in her mind, and this is her fucking words. Like I said, shout out to Alan Logic for the text messages, because this is her words. In her mind, she thinks that the people that she has bidding for her are slow. She thinks that y'all are slow. Literally, she thinks that y'all will do her dirty work for her. And she pays y'all to do it. That is her words. That is not my words. Please don't feel no type of way, because I ain't say it. It was her. You don't believe me? Go back and check Alan Logic's channel. He got it all on his community tab, honey. Every single one of them. He's slowly but surely showing y'all everything this woman has said about y'all. Mic drop. Ain't my fault. But yeah, I don't think she does either. And you said, hey to LB. You said, hey to Brixton. You said, so she's lying about being exposed. Yes, she's lying about that. And like I said, she never, there's other pictures floating around about her too. She ain't saying nothing about them. But this one, yeah, that's her. You said, she called CPS on my children and lied and said we pushed Jazz down and we violently and abusively yelled at her. And we have the tape proving otherwise. Exactly. They have done the worst of the demonic shit that you can possibly do out here. And like I said, when you keep, putting that type of energy up out in the universe will expose you itself, because the universe will be tired. Mother Earth is tired. You said, what's up, Karma52? Ain't seen you around in a minute. You said, I'm still around, Brixton. I did take a break for a minute. Good to see you. You said Umar was right back then. Ain't that some shit? Yep. Yeah, Umar been right all this time. You said there's a picture of her as a light-skinned black woman. Yep, that one is not her. And then there's a picture of her as a dark-skinned black woman. That's not her. There's a picture of her as a white woman. This is her, because this matches, and I wish I had the full shot of it, but this matches her in that video, in videos that she used to do. Like I said, she used to do videos back in the day, and before she started doing videos on Umar Johnson, she had even shown her master's degree. She had shown, she had just blacked out her name, but she showed her master's degree. She showed, because she used to do videos on family therapy and all that, like videos on that. And she had her light skin. You could see that big fat neck. You could see her jawline. You could see her couple chins. You could see all of this stuff in these videos. Her ears, how they turn up. You could see all of that stuff in these videos. Okay. You just couldn't see the features of her face. Like you couldn't see her eyes. You couldn't see her nose and stuff. You couldn't make that out because she had that blank, that she had that blurred. But everything else you could see. That is her. That is 100% her. Her hair, everything was in those videos. So that is AAS. Yes. She could act like that wasn't her all motherfucking day. But yes, baby girl, we got you, sweetheart. He said, good morning. Happy Friday, everyone. Hit the like. And like I said, I probably wouldn't even want to be doxing her and putting no pictures up of her. But I'm putting these pictures up because I want y'all to get the scope of the hatred that we have seen in this sector, right? Now, if I had pictures up, of women who were, or a woman who had a different hue tone, you know what I mean? Perhaps a much darker hue tone than that. You know what I'm saying? Perhaps maybe, a darker skinned woman, or even a brown skinned woman, or a chocolate woman, or whatever. It would make a bit of a difference. And it's not because she's just light skinned, okay? No, it's because she is Hispanic, and because she is a whiter hued Hispanic, and because she has been in a Black space, and she is literally the one behind creating all of this drama, nonsense, and chaos amongst Black people. She even goes as far as having other Black women pitted against other Black women, and tries to use race baiting in doing so, and saying, well, she's coming for your race, or she was in a chat room of a person coming for your race, or she was in the chat room of a person and agreed and laughed with a person who said something at some point in that video about the color of your skin. And that is why you need to hate this person. And really, it's just because you hate that person, AAS. You hate these women in the sector. You hate these professional ladies that you can't even hold a candle to. That is why you create all of this nonsense, all of this drama. And we need to question you. We need to understand, because this can't go on. We can't continue doing all this. We can't continue having you creating all this drama and this nonsense in this Black space. You're going to have to cam up so I can see who you are first before I let you up here. Or you're going to have to type in the private chat who you are, because I don't recognize you. So you can't just come up here. Anyway, so while you're sitting there doing that, you can't just come up in this space, and you only got a minute to do so, or I'm going to kick you from the studio. Okay, hold on, let me see. Oh, okay. You sure? Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello?
Wait, hold on.
All right, so they said that was Spot'em, but I don't know if that was Spot'em or not, because I let you come up and you didn't say anything. Anyway, so yeah, so back to what I was saying. Let me get back to that. Yeah, this is definitely her picture. And yeah, he's been right all these years. And you said, imagine how she felt knowing that this pic came out years ago and it went away because no one could confirm that was her, and make it make sense why the AFWs was quick to say it wasn't her. Exactly. That's her. What's up?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I just wanted to tap in real quick because I think you accidentally blocked my account in the chat.
I blocked your account?
Yeah. Or somebody did. I don't know. It's that destroy and rebuild.
You said some crazy shit. That's why.
No, it wasn't about you. It was to the people that were watching the chat.
Okay. I'll go in there and unblock you. Man, you got too many goddamn accounts.
It wasn't to you.
You got
No,
too many motherfucking accounts.
no, I don't.
I don't know who's who. I'll be
I
like,
did.
I got Spot'em one day, then I got AR-15, then I got Demonic Louse.
I just be changing my name a lot. That's
I
it.
know how you feel though, because I be having to change my photo and shit like that. But anyway, what do you think about all this shit? What do you think about this?
I just think it's funny how people who are grown would allow themselves to just be led by somebody like this, and they can't tell that something's off here. Um, just like, why would you waste your time taking orders from another grown person that you don't know and you'll never meet? It just doesn't make sense
Exactly.
to me.
I agree with that. Like, especially if it's some, like you said, if it's somebody who they don't have any like control over anything over your life. They not doing anything in your life, nothing. Why are you allowing this? But I'm telling you, it's money. I think it's money. Money talks and bullshit walks out here. These motherfuckers are willing to take a couple dollars to do any old motherfucking thing. What do you think about that?
That's kind of, well, personally, I don't think anyone has enough money in this space to pay me to do anything for them, because you're going to need to at least 5 figures a month, respectfully.
Well, that's you and me. You know what I'm saying? But there's some people around here who can be bought for a couple dollars.
Yeah,
I have
that's
literally watched people be talking shit about somebody and then send them a cash app and they'll switch their story right in the middle of the show.
I feel sorry for them, honestly, because they must be struggling, ribs touching, starving, stealing
Word,
out of bodegas and stealing mongoose
word.
bikes, allegedly.
And I didn't mention no names, so whoever
Yeah,
feels rattled by that, whoever's feathers get rattled, just get rattled. But yes, I have literally seen that happen recently.
yeah. So I'm gonna tap on out.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming in the building. And yes, I will get you unblocked. Okay.
Okay, thanks for letting me on. Bye.
All right. Peace. All right, guys. Let me go ahead and finish up these comments and then I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You said me either Karma 52. You said, but if you're able to screen, okay, I read that part. You said the secretary did. You said the screech is hot. You said, what's up, T Pre? You said, I don't believe she has as much power as she did in 2020. We did the CPS conversation. Okay, that was where I stopped at. You said, what's up, Carmen 52? Ain't seen you around in a minute. You said, I'm still around, Brixton. I did take a break for a minute. Good to see you. Yeah, Carmen's been around. You said Umar was right back then. Yeah. You said there's a pic of a light-skinned woman. Okay. Yeah, I think I went through all these comments already. All right. You said, damn, just saying. Okay. You said, stopping through. Hit that like. Hey, Slater Show. Yes, make sure y'all hit the like button on the way in and on the way out. You said, does she date only black men or something? What's her connection with black people? I don't know. I think it's, well, I mean, look at her name. Her name is Anti-Afro Svengali. You know what I mean? So I think she's just against black folks, period. But, a lot of women like that um do like black dick. Like they will sexualize black men in a sense. You know what I mean? But they hate black women and they hate when black men are powerful. They like to be powerful over that black man. So she's that kind of woman. You said, damn, no white in her eyes, all black. You see the demonic look in her eyes, like a demon back in there. You said, knowledge, I know you've been around for a minute. You've enlightened me on who started the doxing. I'm just saying. Yep, they definitely did. I said a long time ago, being a therapist doesn't make you immune to needing therapy. Ain't nobody want to listen though. And that's facts. You said Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Yep. You said Karma 52 AFWs hold that title. I learned that word and what that meant from them. D. Darrell homeboy lost his job behind them. Yep. There's a few people that have been through things about their job and all kinds of stuff regarding this white Hispanic woman who hates black people. You said allegedly. You said any of y'all seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? Jack Nicholson? Yes, I did. And this is, man, she's Nurse Ratchet, right? You said, yes, Stefan, the nurse. You said, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Yep. You said, I will look it up. That's a good book. That's a good book. It's a good movie, too. You can look it up. But she's Nurse Ratched. You said she placed a listing for a swingers party at my office just at the address. Didn't say it was an office or mention me. That's crazy. Some poor sweet couple showed up. They were embarrassed and confused. That's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. He said, don't forget the people she tried and failed to contact. It's a lot of those too. Yep. She is a Nurse Ratched, Diggle. Yep. Nurse Ratched. You said, I'll say it again. Everyone's fight is not your fight. Learn to fall back when shit doesn't concern you. Yes. Yes. That is so, 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 so important. Okay. Because like I said, a lot of you and some of y'all who are much newer to the sector, you're not aware of all the players involved. You're not aware of all the things being said and all the stuff being said behind the scenes, even behind your own back and shit like that. So the best thing is to not get involved at all. Even if you don't like somebody or if you really don't like somebody, keep it to that person. You know what I'm saying? Don't generalize everybody into one group because you have no idea what folks in this sector have been through with this woman. And, you know, all the different intricate parts and different spaces, like a lot of the beefs and stuff that even Stargate has with the women is stuff that AAS now continues to perpetuate and continues to keep up, you know. There's a lot of stuff that's going on with, unfortunately, other women in the sector as well, that AAS is directly behind, whether people want to admit that or not. Okay. And I know she is. I know based off of what's being said. I know based off of what's being talked about. I know she is. So, there's all kinds of stuff. And then, like I said, there's some messy ass niggas in the sector who want to be smack in the middle of every fucking thing. But you unlisting in private in videos that other people are sharing. So everybody can see what you're saying. But you think you privated the video. Crazy. So again, yes, if the fight is not yours and you don't belong in it, why are you in it? What kind of messy ass men are doing shit like that? I've never seen so many messy ass niggas, real shit. I don't know niggas like that are running around here gossipy like that. I really don't. I don't see that. And I don't see most of the men doing that. That's the crazy part about it. You don't see most of the men doing that shit. It's only a handful, a very small handful. Is that Stephanie Collins? Wow. He said, I wonder if Umar did one little minor thing that pissed her off and all this is revenge. Well, it seems like what I showed where Gerald Palmer was upset about him and stuff he said about regarding the LGBT issue and what he felt and how that affects the Black community, and how Umar said that this is the reason why these people are fighting against him is because of this, is because they're LGBT advocates. So I don't know how true that is all the way, but he posted evidence of that. And, it's possible that they really are, this is all behind, it started behind that. And it just, tumbled into all of this fuck shit today, You said, Stephanie Collins, how low can you go, right? Exactly. You said Muslim, she's a effing histrionic, sadistic, antisocial, phantom menace. Yes, she's all of the above, allegedly. You said Muslim. You said I was too, but it was short-lived. Mm-hmm. You said Stephanie Collins, 100 happy people don't behave this way. And that's facts. You said they all was under her control because he came with money. But with that money came heat that they ain't want to deal with. They was all suckers. That's facts, though. Speak that truth. Speak easy. Speak the fucking facts. You said she was the queen of the sector. It was her whole fucking identity. Exactly. And that's why she don't want to get rid of the identity now. She's a Svengali, so she has to have she has to keep up something. There has to be something there that she can hold on to for her identity to continue. That's literally what a Svengali is. You look into the book. You said fam looks like the ringmaster getting rung, LOL. It's funny because she used the name Svengali as if she knows, or she thinks in her mind, black people don't read. That's what she thinks. Shout out to Eyes. Eyes definitely said that. She thinks that black people don't read books. So she thinks she can just use the word Svengali, anti-Afro Svengali, and nobody would ever understand what she's talking about. It's not that we never understood. Nobody just paid attention until recently. Shout out to Dr. Nikki for the $100 super chat. You said, screenshot this bitch right there. I appreciate you, sis. I'll be there in just a second to highlight that. Let me go ahead and see if I can find it. Hold on 1 second. There's so many chats in here. But yeah, shout out to you, sis. I appreciate the $100 super chat. You said, screenshot this bitch right there, motherfuckers. Shout out to my motherfucking sister in the motherfucking building. I appreciate you being in the building, always being a supporter of the show, being a true friend in real life. I always support you and always love everything that you do for me. And shout out to you. You said, hey, Josephine, I appreciate you being in the building. I had to come down a little bit down here because I'm way up there in the chats. And I was about to miss some of this stuff. But I'm about to go back up here because there's a lot of really interesting chats up in here. So you said she's definitely giving Karen vibes. You said AAS is foaming at the mouth again. Her rabies is flaring up right now. You know what? That's cool. Let her motherfucking feathers be rattled for a second. Let this bitch's feathers be fucking rattled. Let this white supremacist bitch feathers be fucking rattled for a second. Because we sick of this white supremacist bitch. Always in our motherfucking space with the fuck shit that she keep coming up in here with. You said, hi all in the chat. You said, Miss T. Pre, I can tell you're genuine. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I am. I mean, I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, this is who I am. Who you get on here is who I am in real life. That's facts. You said, morning DC. You said, what's up to Sarlington, defrauding? You said, the speakeasy, when the good guys came on the scene, it was the beginning of the end for the AFWs. That's facts. 100% facts. That's why they hate to hate Ghosts. That's why they hate to hate D. Durrell. Like, that's why they hate to hate Shakim still. That's why they hate anybody that was on that side. They just hate them. And they want everybody who comes in and comes around now to hate them all too. You know what I'm saying? Like, hate them. Just hate them. Just hate them. You know, they're the enemy. Like, boy, stop it. He said, Brixton Muslim, what's up? You said, Brixton, what's good, big bro? You said, it's a beautiful day to step outside and get some fresh fucking air. Facts. Like, what the fuck? It's Friday, bitch. Shit. I know I'm stepping out today. You said, speakeasy. You said, hey, what's up to Muslim? You said, facts. You said, everyone has a right to go where they choose and speak or chat their own opinions. Exactly. There is nobody around here who has the right to control where people go and what people say in these YouTube streets. That's just that. It don't matter. Even if you don't like the motherfucker. So motherfucking what? Why are you there? To know what anybody's saying. I promise you. I don't know what y'all, I bet you. Listen, go ahead and do a test on this, okay? Talk the greasiest shit about me over in Carrie Ann's chat or over in Rev G's chat or me and mine's chat. I promise y'all I would never find out because I am not in their chats. I don't care what they're talking about. I might go and look and peek and see what they're talking about, but that's it. I'm not looking. I'm not reading into it. I didn't go into me and mine's video until this morning after I seen that she had posted my back patch and she posted a picture of me. That's when I seen, I was like, oh, okay. That's when I went in the video and was like, okay. And that's when I started sending strikes out. Okay. And that's it. Like, but I'm not in there. I wasn't in there combing through the chat room and seeing who was in there. I don't give a fuck. Y'all looking at that degenerate bullshit? I don't give a fuck. You said, her most loyal follower has to be that Mashonda Knight. She swears she's an oil painting, but loves talking about other ladies' looks. Like, I swear she's a bit slow. Mashonda Knight used to come over here too. And she's newer to the sector. She's definitely newer to the sector. She used to come over here and, I guess I said something she didn't like one day, and, and now now she decided to go. There's people like that. They'll decide to go and seek out who dislikes who, and then they'll be right in that chat and cheering on everything, and you don't even know what the fuck you talking about. So, boo, I leave people like Mashonda Knight and my opinions and those people. You got to leave them on an island by themselves. Let them think whatever they want. I'm even starting to think of Miss Murph the same way. Like, I had thought of Miss Murph at first, and I was cool with her, and I don't got no problem with Miss Murph. I just feel like, if you don't really know what's going on, and I find you in all of these spaces asking the same questions over and over again. Like, to me, it's like either, you're just looking for some things at this point, to me. So it is what it is. People are entitled to that. They want to do what they want. They can say what they want. I just think they think that their opinion really affects us like that. And it doesn't. So yeah, let them be slow. But shout out to Brixton. LV, what's up? You said what got me was how often Griselda would be in Propane's morning show chats talking her head off about others at 3 a.m. Western Coast time. Who does that? And that's facts. It'd be like 7 a.m. over here, 8 a.m., 6 a.m. He goes live around 6, right? 6, 7 o'clock a.m. I'm over here on the East Coast too. She got to be, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, bitch, bitch, what is going on? And you just got done posting a video before that. And then you on this, man, she did the same shit with Tiff P the other night. Tiff P was live late at night. Here go AAS, all in the goddamn chats, all in the motherfucking mix with every goddamn thing. Like adding this, saying that, talking this, talking that, trying to change this narrative, trying to keep that narrative up. All in the middle of the motherfucking night. Like, don't make no goddamn sense. Don't make no damn sense. She said a damn nut, LV. Facts. You said you telling the truth, T-Pre. I've been banned out of chats of people she supports. Exactly. Like, what the fuck? I ain't going over there. You said, woo, my, can't. You said, I bet that is Dr. Rouge. You said, oh, never mind. You said that's spot on. That's spot on. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, y'all could have heard him. Okay. I didn't hear him at first. You said that was spot on. You said, Brixton, honestly, I think that's a troll page. Pay attention how they speak exactly like someone else. You said, peace, Miss T-Pre. Hey, Alan, I appreciate you being in the building. Shout out to you. I was giving you shout outs earlier for all your text messages and all the information that you bring to the sector. You were in the sector first. When I first heard about you, I had heard like negative things. There was just women that just didn't necessarily like you because of the support you had for AAS, right? And one day you had this video with Larry the Legend, I think his name is. I think that's your friend, a friend over there. And y'all were talking and y'all were speaking such fucking facts. Like the things y'all were saying were so factual that I had to share that shit. And I made sure I shared it. I made sure I asked everybody to come over and subscribe and check you out. And it's been on and popping since then, man. So shout out to the DBA and Alan Logic, because he is really popping over there. If y'all don't know what's going on over there, y'all make sure that y'all come over, because it's definitely popping. All the real men in the sector actually come out and support over there. They actually come over on the panel and come talk their shit and come say what they say. But these are real men. These are real men over here. And I really support that. And so shout out to you. I wanted to give you your flowers for that. You said, so Binary saying she looked like gravy and her getting offended like a black woman was all a lie. Yes. Yes, that was definitely a lie. However, Binary probably got a picture of a dark-skinned woman, because there is a picture of a dark-skinned woman. One day I might show it, or somebody else, I know somebody else might show it. But there is another picture of a dark-skinned woman that's been the kind of the running joke of the sector lately. That was her, and I was like, okay, but no, this is her. This is her. You said Karma 52. Oh, really? You said, hey, Black Lounge Divine. I appreciate you, Dr. Nikki, as always, coming in the building. You said, hey, T. Pre. Hey, Josephine. I appreciate you. You said, forget, never meet, never seen, bro. Never meet, never seen. You said, great, Ape. You said, that woman is starting a narrative that the ladies tried luring Starbird overseas to do something nefarious to her. She's now referring to the ladies as the Cabo San Lucas sector. Very dangerous. Exactly. This is a good point, right? And this is kind of something I want to say about Carrie Ann. I'm not going to go very far into that because I don't want to. I do think that Carrie has some issues that she needs to work on, and I'm not going to beat down on her over that. But I will tell her that P made some very good points to her the other day, and those points kind of involve men and women. It's not just men. You paint and create very dangerous narratives about people, okay? And when you do that, it creates an issue for those people that sometimes you may not realize you're doing. You might just think you're windmilling and talking shit and going back and forth, and then, hey, I won. That's the kind of mentality Carrie Ann kind of has, without realizing that type of rhetoric and that type of mentality can create real dangers for our people. So you did this with a couple of men in the sector, including Photon, including myself, including Photon, including P. You were proven wrong with that situation. And then you went from there, right? And then you were also doing the same thing to me. I can go down a chronological timeline of who fell out with who first, who cussed who out, and then you still on this victim train right now, okay? And you don't understand how dangerous that is, that you don't even remember where the narratives are created. You don't even remember. You can admit on video in front of the entire sector that you didn't even remember that conversation. You're so hell-bent on being so evil to people that you forget that you created the problem in the first place. And then you go off on tangents, off narrative after narrative after narrative after narrative that really create dangerous situations for people. You do that like AAS does that, like Stargate does that. And that is dangerous. And I need you to do something about that. I need you to address that. You can get mad, yell, scream, holler. Everybody knows it's fact. You need to do something about it. Stop creating and painting these false and fake narratives about people just because you don't like them. And that's all I got to say about that. But shout out to Grape Ape for saying that, because yes, that is very dangerous. And no, nobody wants anything to do with Stargate. But, hey. He said, I believe so, Brixton. I could be wrong, but I have an idea who could be if it's fake. You said, I saw her say that in a chat a few days ago. I believe it. You said, that's really her. Yes, it is. That's really her. You said, I see what they did. They took the video to TikTok. You said, great, but it was okay when she was dragging Star, right? You said, Karma 52 fair. I think Eyes has a live on her. I may need to go revisit that if she didn't take it down. Hold on, guys. Okay, my bad, guys. Okay. And you said Karma 52, yes, Miss Svengali. You said want to be ringmaster with the company. I'm going to get to your other super chat too. Shout out to you, Dr. Nikki, for the next super chat. Let me get to that. Thank you for the $50 super chat. You said she can refer to these nuts. These nuts. Screenshot that bitch. Matter of fact, I'm gonna end the show with that shit. I'm definitely gonna end the show and put that back up under her picture. We're gonna end the show. But shout out to Dr. Nikki for the super chats, the $50 super chat and the $100 super chat as well. I truly appreciate you. Screenshot this bitch. Okay, so you said if she is in fact a white Mexican, what's with the pro ADOS bullshit? Because she's full of shit. She's crazy and she's full of shit, and she wants to do anything she can to side and get on the side of people, to get in the good graces of folks so that she can destroy. That's generally what a Svengali will do. They will get in the middle and come into the middle so that they can destroy you from within. That's literally what she's trying to do. You said it's fake. If it's fake, a guy is a guy, Brixton. Yeah, right. You said hello, everyone. You said, hey, Clark, I appreciate you being in the building. Diggable Logic says, hey to Karma, Nikki, and Muslim. Hey, Pixie Longjada, I appreciate you as well. You said, so that colorist shit was fake outrage, especially if she's Mexican. SMH. Exactly. She ain't mad about nobody's skin tone. She's not mad about breaking the culture skin tone. She's not mad about Dr. Nikki's skin tone. She's not mad about anybody's skin tone. Stargate. She don't care about none of that shit. She is a white Mexican. Period. She don't give a fuck that black women are fighting over their skin color. What about white Mexican women care about black women caring about their skin tone? She's using that to get the women to fight. Diggable Logic. You said, hey, Dr. Nikki Proctor. You said, Karma 52, all is well. Hope you are doing great. You said, hey to Clark, Pixie, and Joe. You said, hey to Nikki. You said, hey to Moms and Dr. Nikki. You said, good morning. Hey, beautiful. I appreciate you being in the building. You said, good morning, Miss T. Pre. I'm enjoying this, that I finally caught a live. I'm glad you were able to get over here, too. I've seen you a couple times, but it's been a while. So shout out to you for being in the building today. Clark, you said, hey to Joe. You said, hey to Beautiful and Dr. Nikki. I'm trying to get through these comments, guys, because I know you guys had a lot. You said, Mama the Castle. Hey, Clark. You said, hey, Brixton. You said TST, the sector terrorist, and TSC, the sector coward. Facts. 100% facts. But what are we going to do about it, guys? You know what I'm saying? Like, is everybody going to be, like we are today? We out here in force. We out here talking. We out here communicating. We going back and forth. We over in Corey's chat. We over in I's chat. We're not going to be afraid of being screenshotted in those chats. We're not going to go through that. We're going to go and talk in anybody's chat we feel like it. We are going to go and support anybody we feel like it. We're going to go and screen super chat and cash app any fucking body we feel like it. And these coward ass motherfuckers who want to dox people and think that is going to stop people from talking and stop people from speaking up about their bitch ass. If they think that is going to stop people from coming and supporting you, they got another thing coming. Because as you can see, all my A1s and day ones is out here today. They all up in the motherfucking chat. Everybody is out here supporting. I'm getting super chats. I'm getting cash app. Shout out to, I did get a cash app here. And I don't know if you want me to say it. So I'm just going to leave that there. But I appreciate the cash app as well. And I'm getting love in these streets. Okay. You're not going to stop that. You said AMS is a beast that needs to sleep for 400 years. Okay. Really, literally like a biblical beast. You said, hey, Alan Logic. You said to speak easy. You said, yes, Alan is growing on me. I have to catch up. Alan is awesome. He really, really is a good man. And I really do support Alan's show. And I support him as a guy. I really do. Great guy. You said, Dr. Nikki. You said, hey, e-husband. You said, haha, chat pimping. You said, Stargate needs income to travel, not a SSI check. Okay. Okay. You said hello, Spottum, if you were here. Spottum is around here somewhere. He was listening. I gotta get him unblocked. He got way too many names and shit. Diggable Logic. You said HK is going in. Yes, he is. That's my nig, man. Support Humble King. Make sure y'all go over there and support Humble King. Make sure y'all subscribe to his channel. If one of the mods can put a link to his channel in the chat, also put a link to Dr. Nikki's channel in the chat. Who else we got in here? Josephine and LV the Snake Man. Make sure you guys put a link to the channels. You said, hey, the beautiful. You said, great, interesting how she would be saying that. How gross. You said, Karma 52. Hey, Karma 52. You said, beautiful. Nah, I think her apology was genuine. I'm not just saying that because I have a bias towards Carrie Ann, but she meant it, I think. I beg to differ. I don't think she meant that at all. I absolutely don't think she meant it. I think that she is who she is. And you know, Brixton, I'll just say this. Everybody's entitled to their opinion about her. I just know that when you have personal experiences with Carrie a certain way, you really start to understand what you're dealing with. Okay. And no, she is very narcissistic in her ways, and she will do whatever she can to have you thinking that yeah, she's, you know, so such and such, and really it ain't like that. But I don't know. You be the judge. If you think that she meant it, okay. But I think it was very phony, because to me, she's just a phony person. Shout out to you, Alan, for the super chat. I really appreciate that. You said, get this chick off the screen. I got you. I got you. I got you. You know, I'm trying to torture her a little bit, though. I'm trying to torture her, Alan. You gotta let me torture her a little bit, a little something. But yeah, also put a link to Humble King's, Humble King and Alan's channel also. So I appreciate that. And yeah, guys, I'm actually about to get out of here. I got some things I got to go take care of. You said this is the first week of the month. The Cash App, Henry's, and Betty's will be making their rounds. You know it. He said, what is the point of screenshotting the chats, though? Because they think that they are going to, this is what they think. They think if they screenshot who's in the chat, they can put up community posts and videos of those screenshots and say, see, you're next. I'm gonna start doxing you now. I'm gonna start checking on who your kids are and what's this, and looking up your information and posting it if I catch you in these people's chats. I actually heard a grown man say that shit. He actually said that shit. Like he was gonna be catching people. If he catch people in people's chats, like this bitch ass nigga. There's only a bitch ass nigga would say some shit like that. Like only a bitch ass fucking snitch ass nigga would actually say some shit like that. Like, come on now. Like niggas is really scared of you. Like we know now, nobody gonna be scared of your motherfucking ass. Like we know you a fucking keyboard thug. Like we know you a chat room thug. Like get the fuck out of here, nigga. You don't scare nobody. Stop it. But yes, they really think that posting screenshots and chats of people and what they're saying is going to somehow scare them into not going over to those content creators that they don't like. It's just they don't like the content creator. So they think everybody else is supposed to too. And we're all supposed to not be over there. We're not supposed to speak in their chat. We're not supposed to give up super chats or cash apps because they don't like them. And if they catch us giving them a super chat or liking them or smiling or giving an emoji or laughing or anything, they feel like that is grounds to dox you. That is grounds to dox you. This is the logic of that sector. And we're going to call them their own sector. We got to come up with a name for that sector of them people. Because, yeah, it can't be the doxing sector. It can't be that. But it's got to be something. Because, I don't know, the weirdo sector, I don't know what it is. But, yes, those people over there, that is the logic that they take. That if you are found, yes, massa, you know, the yes, massa sector. I think that's what we're going to call it. The yes, massa sector, okay? Because if they over in somebody, they're scared to come over here and laugh and kiki with us. They're afraid of that. because then they might get doxxed, is what they think. They're afraid that these motherfuckers might show their information. So they yes master with them and act like this shit is okay. And yeah, like if somebody talks shit about you in a chat room that of a person you don't even like, that gives you room to fucking dox their kids and dox their family. That is their logic. All while arguing about protecting kids. Y'all see the logic in this fuck shit? He said, I'm a grown ass man. Okay, I'm a grown ass woman. Like, what the fuck I look like? You screenshot my shit and then say, see, you're not allowed over there. Like, get the fuck out my motherfucking face. You said, I first noticed her actions in Smoke's chat. She got pissed at Smoke for letting Flacco on his panel. Who else remembers that? Shout out to the Smoke motherfucking God, Smokeavelli. I know that nigga is about to do and drop some shit. I don't know what he's about to drop. Nobody knows, y'all. But y'all better start paying attention to Smoke, because he out here and he looked like he trying to come back into the sector with a vengeance. And he looked like he got some shit to drop. What he said today, he been posting these Machiavelli pictures and shit. And what he posted today was, Lord, you know my heart. All I ask is you forgive me for what I have to do. Amen. The Smoke. And I gave him heart emojis over that. So I know he about to come out here and do some things. I don't know what he about to do, but I had this feeling Smoke about to come out here and wreck shop and put some shit to rest. Put some, lay some bullshit to rest. So shout out to him. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah. You said Karma 52. Okay, Alan, I'm gonna get it off. I'm gonna take her off of there now. I'm gonna finally take her off. I was just trying to torture her for a little while, because she be getting on our goddamn nerves, and she always fucking with us, and so she deserves to be fucked with a little bit, and for us to really, to fuck with her as well. Okay, so we've got everybody's channels up here. We got Naps here. I think this is Dr. Nikki's channel. And we also have Josephine. Here's Humble King's chat right here. You guys make sure you check him out. And if we can get Alan in there too. He said, Humble King has never tried to hide his past. Shout out to him for keeping it real. 100. Exactly. I do fuck with him. Hard body. You said Karma 52. I agree. Oh, Lord. He said, who is Alan? I hear that name quite a bit. Does he have a channel? Yes. So what you're going to do about it is this gentleman right here. His name is Alan Logic. But what you're going to do about it is the name of the channel. And you can go over there and check him out. He has some really, really, really interesting content, man. Very, very, very good content over there. I really support that brother. And he's got what's called the DBA chat. Like we're over here with the loungers. They are the DBA. So we are the DBA over there because I'm part of the DBA too. So shout out to him. But yes, that is Alan right there. You said a shout into the void sector. You know what? I ain't fucking with y'all today. You said Karma 52. Yes, he does. Very entertaining guy. Check his channel out. He told me to kick rocks though. I'm sure he did. Alan is really great. He's really funny. You said Karma 52. Yes, Alan has a channel. Great channel. Great channel. You said, oh man, Brixton. You said he should come back. Why not? You said, what's the name of his channel? Oh, I'm sorry. It's what you're going to do about it. You said Karma 50. I think they're going to put a link to it. Hopefully they can put a link to it in the chat. If you can, guys. You said Karma 52. Yeah, okay. So Brixton put that. He said, thanks. You said Smoke just has to stop jumping to conclusions and stick with facts. I will never, ever like what he did with Corey. Ever. So hopefully his new content will be okay. I agree. I think, but that a lot of this had a lot to do with some of these other players that are also, involved that were on his channel, like Me and Mines and Grown Snitch and all them. You know what I'm saying? They really brought the quality of Smoke's channel down. And I said that to Smoke off. I said that too. I said that before that if he got rid of them, he probably would do better. He probably would do well. He had gotten to the point where he was able to monetize, and here they are destroying everything, and they destroy everything that they fucking touch. It's ridiculous. All right, guys. So that's what you're going to do about his channel for Alan Logic. Make sure you guys check him out. Brixton, you said, Clark, you are a better person than me. You think Smoke will come back a changed man? LOL. I don't know. I don't think Smoke was that bad. I just think that there was a lot of stuff that he was being influenced by. And I would like to see what happens now. You said, Clark, that's facts, because Corey was holding him down hard body. You said, shout out to Germ on the board. Hey, Germ, I appreciate you. If you are in the building, shout out to Germ on the board. Truly appreciate you. You said, Smoke coming back lying ain't nothing going to change. Okay. You said, I agree, Clark. He had too many folks trying to control or destroy his channel and content. Yes, I think that's what happened a lot. You said, Brixton, LOL, I don't know. We will find out. Yes, we will. And this is, I don't know whose channel that is. That Shawthorne 14-ish. Okay. Well, listen, guys, I really appreciate all of my A1 Day Ones for being out here. Shout out to my moderators for being in the building. Also, all of the chatters, all the loungers that are coming in. Truly appreciate you guys. Everybody who will catch the replay, I appreciate you guys as well. We're about 2 hours and 16 minutes in, so I'm going to go ahead and end the show here. I also appreciate you guys for the super chats today. Alan, I appreciate that, as well as Dr. Nikki for the super chats as well. Always appreciate you guys for supporting the show. Shout out to everybody and the person who sent me the Cash App. I truly appreciate that as well. All right. So if you guys don't have anything else, I don't have anything. But like I said, listen, I think it's so very important that everybody understands who is controlling the narrative and who are the players out here. Okay. Who is the ones that, and why they want to control the narrative, why they don't want us to support each other, and what's their real narrative out here. Shout out to you, Muslim and Clark and Mom of the Castle. I appreciate you guys. And thank you, beautiful. I appreciate it. Yes, like what's really the narrative out here? What is really going on? And what is the what is her purpose? What is her true agenda? Okay? Because like I said, it can't be because of colorist problems and all these other things. Like, she has been nothing but a colorist, all while being a white supremacist. She has been nothing but, race baiting and sexualizing women and men, all while being a white supremacist, And so what do we do about this as a sector? Are we going to continue to allow this bitch, this white supremacist woman, to keep coming between every woman in the sector, every situation in the sector? Or are we going to stop this fuck shit from continuing? Next year, I don't expect this to continue to go on. We can let the other sector, whatever we're going to call them, I think we came up with a name. We can let that sector be where they are. You know what I'm saying? But, let those people be where they go. If they like that shit, the shout is to the voice sector. I'm not calling it that. We are not calling it that, Nikki. But we could call it whatever we're going to call it. And it is what it is. But at the end of the day, leave people where they are. Let them do what they're doing. If they start doing illegal shit like that, just make sure that that you put whatever you got to put on them and be done with it. But at the end of the day, we're just not tolerating that kind of stuff. And recognize who comes up with this bullshit. If somebody's talking that shit or they're talking that same rhetoric, who are they fucking with? Just look at their circle. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they're talking about, somebody's talking about this and saying that in the chat about me, who do they hang with? Okay? Because the only people that have such a problem with what people say in chat rooms is AAS and Rev G. They are the only ones. So if there's anybody else that's coming into the circle or the sector saying that same shit, look who is in their camp. And that's just all I got to say about that. Guys, I am going to get out of here. I truly appreciate y'all for being in the building again. And we're going to go ahead and end the show. Again, I do have a members only coming up on Saturday. That will be tomorrow at 5 p.m. We're going to go ahead and start that. I'm going to do it in halves. I'm going to start with this week. We're going to start with half of the show. I've got a couple of special guests coming out. So make sure that the members are all in for the live stream starting tomorrow at 5. And we'll go ahead and go from there. You guys already know what we're doing. All right, guys. So I will talk to you guys later. And peace, guys. Thank you guys again for watching.